Good morning, everybody. So, welcome on this session entitled to implement tasks that promote reasoning and problem solving. So, I was requested by Edison to tour you in my classroom and share to you some of the best practices that I'm using in my classroom in order to support student reasoning and problem solving skills in my classroom. In our school, we are embracing the concept of advanced literacy to help students to become critical thinkers, students who can reason out and capable of working with the new information and use that in order to solve problems. So the four hallmark of advanced literacies we are actually using in the school are the following. Hallmark number one, we are asking or engaging our students in the text. Hallmark number two, we allow our students to involve in rich discussion, talking to each other, discussing with one another. And hallmark number three, engaging students in frequent writing. So we allow students to write in math. And of course, hallmark number four, we are asking students to use academic vocabulary and language, exposing them in the use of high utility words in the classroom. For hallmark number one, wherein we allow our students to engage in the text, we have the following sets of annotation, protocol, and some guiding questions in order to help our students to focus on the text. So maybe a simple annotation rule of underlining familiar words and trying to encircle words that are confusing to them is a way to annotate. So this is sample annotation guidelines I use in my classroom. They just basically underline major points and circle unknown words. This is sample output of our students. Sample do now, wherein they underline and encircle important words in the classroom. For hallmark number two, talk and discuss to build conversation, I make use of the following roll card with sentence starter, as you can see. And also I use the following making thinking visible sentence frame wherein they can introduce ideas. I notice, I wonder, and also in order to synthesize ideas, students can say I used to think, now I think, and also digging deeper ideas. The following sentence frame I use in my classroom. I have also this talk moves for students to engage in rich discussion with one another. For hallmark number three, which is write to build language and knowledge, I make sure that I allow my students to write in math using the template I provided. As you can see, writing in math is an informative tool for assessing the language and concept mastery, because in this template, students can actually outline their step-by-step procedures on how they arrive at their answer. For homework number four, wherein I allow my students to study small set of high utility words and vocabulary, I have the following pocket charts of words and have the following word rules. So after using those vocabulary words, I make sure that I put it on one side of the classroom or over the window so that students can refer back to those vocabulary that they can use in the present and current discussion in the class. At the end of every lessons or unit, I make sure that I do check for understanding, and one way of them is actually providing them with whiteboard wherein you can see their work right away. You have a quick assessment right away. And also I use those response cards 1, 2, 3, 4. Depending on their level of understanding, they have to show whether 1, 2, 3, or 4. So thank you so much. So those are the best practices that I am actually using in my classroom. So some of the things that you might see is actually new for you, or something that you are actually using, or you want to try that in the future. So if you get something out of this presentation, you may use that in your respective classroom. And thank you so much. I have learned a lot in this PL session with Edison, and it's a big help for me to, grow a better teacher every year. Thank you so much.